and welcome to the show. We start this week's FailRace episode with Ollie on GTA 5. They are in the military base and, well, trying to get out. I can't say I ever actually realised you could use these ramps to jump clear of the fence. Not a bad getaway plan, to be honest. However, the landing's a little suspect. That's a tree. It was a good plan. A great way out of the military base. A great quick way to get out of the military base. Unfortunately, yeah, that is stuck in a tree. And I also love that both characters just kind of fall out of the car. I don't even know if a boopy gun's going to save that one, to be honest. I don't know whether a boopy gun would get the car out of the tree. Speaking of vehicles getting stuck, John is also on GTA 5. Now, they are driving around in the storm drain, and they also want to jump out of here. Also finding a place I didn't know you could get stuck in. It's one of those, it's a really frustrating thing to do. I didn't actually realise this was even a bit that you could launch a car into. But, yep, that is your Lamborghini not going to be getting out of there. Steel Guns is up next on Cyberpunk, and when we are speaking of stuck cars, we're continuing a theme so far in this episode, only this time it is less the player's fault. So they have a mission where they have to go and steal a car. The problem is, that car's upside down. I'm going to presume it's spawned in there. It's in actually like pristine condition aside from the fact that it is stuck upside down. Well, it is stuck here, but the people inside are still able to shoot at the player, which is actually quite impressive. I mean, there's a fair bit of pushing and shoving going on here, trying to do something with this car. Because at the end of the day, the player's got to steal the vehicle for the mission, so it's no good with the vehicle just stuck upside down. You can't just blow it up at this point. So we're going for the old, can we try and roll the vehicle? I mean, I've played a fair bit of Cyberpunk lately. I can't say I've ever actually tried to sort of right a stuck vehicle like this one. And sure enough, it is proving to be somewhat difficult. The people inside the car are actually still fine. They don't, even when the vehicle gets pushed around, they don't get out of it. Maybe they're not allowed, maybe the game's not coded to allow people to climb out. The second it's on its wheels, they then get out. And I mean, yeah, they don't live very long. They were honestly safer when the car was upside down, but I guess now it can be stolen, so that's something. We're on to Need for Speed Rivals next with a Lamborghini that bumped a wall and then went about 400 miles an hour backwards. Yeah, that's don't hit the wall. Don't hit the wall. On that point, yeah. I don't even know. I mean, it doesn't even look. I guess it maybe hit where the crash barrier kind of goes into that concrete barrier. They're trying at low speed and doesn't really do anything. But yeah, not so good. That guy far up next on Horizon 5 is being bullied by an AI. The Mini wants to go up the ramp. The player does not. And, well, the player loses. Yeah, well, I say the player loses. The Bronco goes for a tumble on that one. However, I mean, while the player does lose, I guess the AI pathfinding was going over the jump, and now the Mini is confused as to what to do with the fact that it didn't make it to the jump. So now it is stuck underneath the jump, and despite the player's efforts, it's not really going to be going anywhere. Winnie is up next on Recfest, and they are driving, I've forgotten the name of this circuit. It's kind of, you race around an oval and you loop around the end and then you go back again. It's a chaotic track, but doesn't normally get as chaotic as that name would suggest. Certainly online, people tend to, we've tended to get away with it. Anyway, the car ahead runs a little bit wide, gets clipped, goes for a big roll, and the player is super lucky. Nicely done, managing to get under that, but that is incredibly lucky. Crash Racer up next on Recfest, less lucky. Weird things are about to happen with the sofa car heading around a corner. Everything is fine, everything is confusing, and now the player is ejected from their sofa. I don't even know what went on in that, if I'm being honest. The camera got confused. I think this is a single player? No, it might be. No, it is an online race. So maybe there's a little bit of lag, and the game couldn't quite decide where the sofa was. The camera got confused, and as it tried to catch up with itself, it just kind of crashed. But because it was a sofa, the player was ejected. Either way, they've been chucked well clear of the arena there, and they're just going to kind of stay like that. Why not? Mr. Merc up next on War Thunder. They are driving around with their tank, minding their own business, looking for enemies, when they head around a corner, and sure enough, They find one. Now, the enemy they find, I think, is an anti-aircraft gun or something, so not exactly the most powerful. They turn to shoot it. When they hit it, and it vanishes. In fact, actually what it does is it flies through the air. You can't really see it in the smoke, but it got hit so hard it went flying backwards. It wasn't long for this world. But that's one hell of a flight. That is a seriously impressive flight. That Nath dude up next on beam is racing at Road Atlanta when they find out, yes, it will roll. The 4x4 absolutely will roll off of a curb and park it in the grass. Water dispenser on a set of Corsa is also finding out will roll. Well, the AIs will roll here as everyone has to try and check up and avoid the just chaos that goes on. Slow down. I presume there's a sausage curb on the inside. Heading here, some AIs are trying to overtake. They hit the inside curb. Oh, yeah, there you go. There's it. It's the orange sausage curb. There's 3 Lincoln Co's have fallen over, and I think it's a Civic, or is it a Ford? It looks like a Civic, maybe, over to the left there. Yeah, AIs trying to overtake, found out sausage curbs are dangerous. Very dangerous. And finally, we have Gordon Fan on Grid Legends. They are doing an oval race. When they get things a little bit wrong, get turned. Now, the thing is, as they are spinning out, the game resets them. I guess they're going to go out of bounds, according to the game, so they get reset into the middle of the track, pushed along, flipped over, and dumped down to the back of the field in all of this, and then get collected by the... I presume they weren't looking back when they set off, thinking that the whole pack had gone past, because this is in a replay afterwards, and then have a spin as well. It didn't go well. That was one of the most awkward and the most horrible resets I think I have ever seen. With one of these, the out-of-bound reset, far too dangerous. But there we go. That is going to be it for this episode. As ever, if you have clips you'd like to submit to this series, you can via a Google form. There'll be a link to it in the description. All the rules and how it works can be found on there. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.